So for week 2 of the Michael Derbesi Draft League, I'm fighting Lorcy. Lorcy's a very strong player, a longtime friend of mine. I very much look up to him when it comes to VGC. He did very well as well in a regional, got second place, though a lot of people, including myself, think that he won because of his iconic speech. But Lorcy's team is really cool. It has one of the best Pokemon ever in VGC, or the best Pokemon ever in VGC, right? Incineroar. And then you have fantastic Pokemon in general, like Ogerpon Hearthflame. For the Follow Me support, you have Bronzong for the Trick Room. And then you have Rhyperior to really abuse that Trick Room, same with Primarina. He doesn't really have a Tailwind mode on his squad, but he does have some cool things like Thwackey. Obviously, I have Rillaboom, but he has Thwackey, which he could do some little bit of Grassy Seed stuff going on. Then we have Gastrodon, which is pretty good into a few of my Pokemon. A Raikou, which is his highest speed tier, then Chestnut, which is really nice because Chestnut could have like Grassy Glide as well. Same thing with Ogerpon next to Thwackey. So in the terrain, those become priority. And he has a Clodsire, which is not something I've seen in VGC. So I'm actually really excited to see how this game goes. Big shout out to Fesby for all the help this week, and of course Tony Flagon. Now our first Pokemon we're bringing is Talonflame, which is faster than the entire team, which is why we're bringing it faster than Raikou. It is our Covert Cloak, so we don't have to worry about Fake Out from the Thwackey or Incineroar, and we can set up Tailwind. Tailwind will allow my next Pokemon to put in a lot of work. I'll talk about that in a second. Brave Bird max attack. Goodbye Chestnut. Goodbye Ogerpon. Good chunk on Incineroar, which is amazing for Spectrier. Goodbye Thwackey. I guess Evian I could take it. But last move is the combination of Taunt plus Wisp. Taunt stops Bronzong from going for Trick Room, protects from Pokemon like Primarina or Raikou or whatever. Wisp allows me to deal with Rhyperior, Thwackey, any basically physical attacker, Chestnut, and the like. But I mentioned Tailwind. Tailwind's really good because of Ursaluna Blood Moon. Basically, Ursaluna Blood Moon outspeeds the entire team with Tailwind. Max speed, max special attack. And Terra Ghost means I don't have to worry about the double fake out from my opponent. There's also Terra Ghost Mind Games because it's open, not open team sheet, but it's open Terra. So Lorcy is going to know that I'm Terra Ghost, and I obviously know that. And if I lead off with these two, which is one of the tried and true leads of the team, then you have to say, okay, am I going to Terra? I'm not going to Terra, but yeah, Blood Moon, Earth Power, Hyper Voice, Protect, very, very standard. Just hits the entire team for super strong damage. Then we have our Max Defense Rillaboom. This one is really cool because this Pokemon can put Incineroar very, very low, right? I don't care about the Intimidate, and I have the Grassy Seed boost when I activate, so I get a +1 defense, making my Body Press do a lot to Incineroar, to even Pokemon like Terra Steel Primarina, which makes a lot of sense for my squad. It will allow me, with the Grassy Seed, I can easily live an Ivy Cudgel from Ogerpon as well. And obviously I have my Fake Out support for the team. I have the Grassy Glide, and I have the Wood Hammer. I am running Terra. On this one, I'm running, what's it called? The Talonflame is Terra Ghost, or excuse me, Terra Grass, just for Primarina, and also Raikou. But I'm running Terra Fire on this one because that way I don't have to worry too much about Ogerpon or Incineroar. And I can do massive damage to at least even Ogerpon with Body Press, and Ogerpon can't really do much back. Of course, Wood Hammer versus Grassy Guy. I got my priority, I got my nuke. And then we have Quick Draw, Galarian Slowbro. Very excited about this one. I'm probably running Quick Draw every single time you bring this one. I'm most likely never running Regenerator unless I really make a pivot heavy bulky team. But I'm not doing that this week. I like Quick Draw, 30% chance to move first. And this Pokemon with Shell Side Arm, Flamethrower, Grass Knot, and Muddy Water does so much damage to the entirety of the team, especially if I have like terrain up with Rillaboom. The Grass Knot's going to be really, really good into the Chestnut. Muddy Water allows me to kind of ignore the Follow Me and still hit something like Incineroar, so just doing decent damage with that. Something like Rhyperior next to Follow Me. Of course, Terra Fairy is good, just neutral into the team. And then Flamethrower is good for Bronzong, and as well as Terra Steels. And then Shell Side Arm is nice because even if it Calm Mind Primarinas, I can hit them on the side where it will hit strongest. And then just a little bulky spread right here. We have our Citrus Berry Spectrier. Now I'm gonna tell you, this was Life Orb before, and it was Life Orb up until the battle was about to start, but I couldn't select my team, and because we forgot singles player plays doubles, forgot item clause, so I made it Citrus Berry last moment because that's the only item I had in my box that I could. Leftovers are pretty good too. It was originally Life Orb, but Terra Ghost Shadow Ball is still very strong. Outside of Incineroar, it's just good into the entirety of the team. Mudshot's really nice. There's a decent chip to Incineroar. It's actually really good next to something like Body Press from Rillaboom that can do a lot. It can also slow down the opponents for a lot of my Pokemon, like my Bisharp. I'm running a lot of speed on my Bisharp, as you guys will see. But Substitute's nice. I'll play Protects from the opponent and also allow me to avoid potential statuses or anything like that. Still allow Trick Room, like if Bronzong is lead and it goes for Trick Room, I can go for Sub and Protect next turn, Sub, etc., etc., etc. Get as many as I can, get my Citrus Berry activated. Hit hard, and I'm fast in the entirety of the team. And then lastly, we have my Eviolite Bishop. I'm running Terrifier on this because that means I don't care about Ogerpon, I don't care about Incineroar. It's good into Chestnut as well, and Thwackey in that regard. But I'm not running Sucker Punch this week. With Eviolite plus Defiant, I don't care about Instant, it gives me an attack raise. Throat Chop's really good because I can lead this into Ogerpon, and I can just go for Throat Chop on it and do a lot of damage. Iron Head allows me to do massive damage to Primarina, which would otherwise be a threat, something like Chestnut, and then Low Kick is really good for Incineroar plus Protect. So that's the squad. Please check out my opponent Lorcy's channel, link is down below. Also, feel free to check out my merch if you haven't already. It is only available until February 13th. I appreciate all the support on this. It goes a long way for me as we are aiming to be a champion here. If you guys checked out the road to rank or to top 10 on my main channel, this is the whole reason why we kind of did this and everything, and we ended up hitting a top 10. Little spoiler, but it's real. It's a good, even if it's such a good series, man. I really enjoyed locking into that. But hope y'all enjoyed this. And I apologize for how tired I am. I am definitely tired, but I wanted to get this done before potentially getting, snowed in. So anyway, let's jump into the battle. All right, so I'm playing my boy Lorcy, and I'm not gonna lie, completely forgot the fact that I had 2 Life Orbs on the team, and I didn't have any in-game items on my squad because I always trade my Mons for my new Mons. So I put a Citrus Berry that I had. I was about to put some mail on my Spectre. I had nothing for this. But it definitely changes quite a bit because obviously Life Orb calcs or something we were thinking about. There's no Trick Room on my opponent's team, which is pretty cool. So I kind of like the idea of leading Ursaluna plus just getting Tailwind activated immediately. In the back, we need something for Prima. And I think Slowbro actually manages to deal with Prima, Raikou, and Chestnut. So I like that in the back. Talonflame gives me Tailwind early. I don't think they have anything to counter. I'm sure there's going to be some sort of swamp or whatever the starters want to do that's annoying as hell. Incineroar, you're not that great into them though, but you give me... I need power. I can't Shadow Ball with that Mon. Loki, it might be Rillaboom in the back. Regardless, it might be Rillaboom, even if it's not like Trick Room. Rillaboom at least gives me an answer into the Raikou, even though it's Terrafly. It's Terra Steel, Primarina, Terra Grass, Thwackey, Incineroar's Terrafly, Chestnut's Terrafire, and Ogerpon's obviously Terrafire. Check out my boy Lorcy. Love Lorcy, he's awesome. Okay. So, homie comes out. Do I want to immediately go for Earth Power is the thing, or do I want to go for something like that? Because I kind of like the idea of Ursaluna just simply Blood Mooning the Raikou. Like Blood Moon will do a good chunk. I don't know if it's AV or whatever the hell it wants to be, but if I Terra Ghost, I don't have to worry about Fake Out, and I can just Blood Moon. And then we can go for Tailwind. We do have the Covert Cloak, so we don't have to worry about Fake Out. So nothing on this team will get faked out. My Tailwind will allow me, unless it's Scarf on the Raikou, my Tailwind will allow me to outspeed with Ursaluna and go from there. So let's see if this works. Any Terras, anything like that. I do have to be careful around Thwackey. My Slowbro Galar is really funny. I think it's so funny here. Okay, so I do see a Fake Out. It was on Ursaluna, perfect. Are you Assault Vest / Chilamberry / Sash? But we do get the Tailwind up, which is amazing. Let's see if we get the Blood Moon off. Alright, Raikou is extremely bulky to be able to take that. Very, very bulky. And we do see a screen, which isn't too bad. It's not the end of the world. Obviously, we get to threaten things now with Brave Bird and Earth Power. I don't, like, I'm assuming Raikou is like super Spadef to be able to take that Blood Moon as well as it did. Yeah, I took that super well. Hyper Voice and doubles damage might not kill with Light Screen up, so I think I simply Earth Power into that slot, and I believe I go for Will-O-Wisp and Thwackey. We don't want Thwackey to have a strong Wood Hammer. Earth Power is going to KO Raikou. They could Terra Fly, I guess, but I mean, do you get a lot out of that? I also think just burning Thwackey is good. Okay, so they end up switching. So we get Earth Power off on something coming in. Maybe it's Primarina. It is Chestnut, which is a good play. And Thwackey switches too, so we get a burn on something. Nice. All right, Incineroar comes out. Great play. I mean, I want to find out. Raikou, Light Screen. Get a nice little Earth Power off. Trying to think. I definitely have Protect here. I mean, I like Taunt on Chestnut. Because we already revealed Will-O-Wisp. I don't want to go in for Iron Defense or anything annoying like that, so I'm going to go for Taunt. And again, I want to waste a turn of Light Screen if I can, too. Alright, Chestnut just protects, which is fine. Go for Taunt. We see Protect. It's going to go for Knockoff. That's fine. I wish Light Screen was one turn. It feels like we had so many turns already because it's doubles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out into Rillaboom on this slot. And I'm going to, once again, Taunt Chestnut. I don't want to go in for Iron Defense. I don't want to go in for anything. The reason I'm going Rillaboom is because I get a Grassy Seed. I don't take anything for Knockoff. I don't care about the Intimidate. Basically, I want Ursaluna back. Ursaluna goes stupid into this team. Like, it's very, very, very strong. So we want to use the Bear. Also, my Body Press is really good at weakening. In my opinion, the 1-3... Like, if I beat down Incineroar, I feel like I'm in a good spot. Plus, I can Taunt Incineroar next and force it to go for Flare Blitzes. So get that. They do switch out, which is fine. We get an Rillaboom, which is nice. As Raikou comes back out. Alright, gets a Taunt on Raikou, so Raikou cannot protect this turn. It has to probably switch. As it goes for Knockoff. That's fine. I do think Raikou ends up switching this turn. But I think my safest play is just Grassy Gliding that slot and Brave Birding that slot. That will always be able to do a Raikou if it wants to Terra. We know that Raikou can't protect, so basically a double up in that slot seems relatively safe. Obviously, they can go into, like... Yeah, they could switch that out into Chestnut, potentially. But I think getting off of Brave Bird is just smart. Yep, Chestnut comes out. Yeah, so we get beautiful, beautiful damage off on that. So Chestnut actually just goes right down, even with... Wait, was it not Intimidate on Incineroar because I have a Bisharp? I was not paying attention to that. Alright, so we get rid of Chestnut, which is perfect. Goes for Knockoff. Doesn't KO Talonflame, which is amazing. It does find out on Covert Cloak, though. And my Rillaboom is obviously naturally faster than them. I was not paying attention. Let me check because that I do not feel like I was -1 attack. I know it's a 4 times resist, but damn. I'm gonna Body Press into you. I'm gonna do look at your status. Okay, it is Intimidate. Okay, cool. We're always gonna Body Press you for sure. I don't want to throw, but I feel like keeping you alive is fine. I like just last minute tail winning. It's fine. A little bit of a miss. I think they clicked Fake Out with the wrong Mon. Yeah, I think they clicked Fake Out with the wrong Mon, so that's pretty big for me. Yeah, okay, so we should, I think, or either that, I think he just clicked it with the wrong Mon, legit. Beautiful. All right, and we know how much Incineroar takes from that. So now I can go for a Body Press right into Incineroar again. And a Brave Bird into Thwacky. I'll Body Press an Incin. I'm gonna go out into my because this kills Incin, and if Incin wants to Terra Fly, like then it has to Flare Blitz anyway. I want to save Talonflame again because it's a guaranteed Tailwind into anything that's not Thwacky. Because I see in the Grassy Glide here. Incineroar can Terra Fly all at once, but that's fine. I'm assuming that's just the Flare Blitz. My Body Press did so much damage, by the way. This is super offensive, but like... It's a Grassy Glide there, which is perfect. Assuming they take me down. I go for Body Press. I barely miss out on the KO, but I live Flare Blitz easily. They go for U-turn. I feel like they're AV. I feel like you have to be AV, right? If you're going for some U-turn stuff, you gotta be AV. But I believe as long as I have Slowbro alive, I should be in a good spot too. Also, I have Woodhammer. So my Rillaboom is faster. I will Woodhammer you. And I will Shell Sidearm into Thwacky. They could double. They could switch it out. No, they don't. Okay, perfect. So Raiku's going to go down. Beautiful. And then Shell Sidearm is going to be really, really strong into Thwacky. They go for Woodhammer there. Thwacky has Grassy Glide. Thwacky has Glide. Fake Out. Woodhammer. All right, light screen goes down. Incineroar can't save itself from going down to Woodhammer. Plus, I can get a Shell Sidearm as well. I'll Woodhammer that. I'll Shell Sidearm that. They can only fake out one, and the other one, and they can't beat Ursaluna. No way. They can't kill both. And there's my Quick Draw activating. Let's go. And they go for Grassy Glide at me because they're trying to kill this guy. My little Quick Draw activates. Get out of there. Hey, first one of the season. Let's go. First one of the season. I believe they're AV on Incineroar. If I had to say a thing, I'm pretty sure it's AV. I'll put AV question mark, but I'm pretty sure it's AV. All right, so we win game one. Nice. All the Mons put in work. A little bit of a misplay with that fake out. I think he misclicked. I literally think he misclicked on the fake out he wanted to. It's like, oh, crap, man. this is a regional winner, too. Lorcy's also one of the first people I ever met playing, like, VGC, ever. Great dude. That'll go with same rules. Okay, I don't expect the game to go like that again. I think Spectre is actually really, really poor here. But I do like Bisharp a lot. But I also like the 4 I had. I think they were really strong. It could also be Grassy Glide on the Ogerpon, which is something... Or it could be Grassy Glide on a lot of them. I just thought about that. I don't actually like you at all in this game. This is good into Incineroar lead, which I expect them to have. You're gonna lead Incineroar this time for sure again. Plush Chestnut maybe? Incineroar is most likely AV, so it doesn't have Protect. I want to bring 5 of them. I'm going to go Bisharp, though. Let's try it. I'll try my backup, but I don't think Especially is very good. But I'm going to try my backup version. This is very, very, very weak to Chestnut, but I'm going to try this version. Because this is my Game 2 version, but when I had Life Orb on both of my Mons. But I assume you follow it up with something different, right? All right, Incineroar plus Raikou. Yep. There we go. Gonna protect here. It's in the back. I think if I KO Incineroar, all my mons in the back are good. So I'm gonna go for Mudshot Incineroar plus Protect. That means I can low kick next turn. I also want to confirm that this is AV, right? And again, my Bisharp having an attack raise is very, very, very scary. Same 2 Pokemon as last time. I wonder if it's the same 2 in the back as well. The big one is slowing down Incin. I don't want to get faked out on Bisharp because I think Bisharp's really strong here. Get a nice little Mudshot off. Beautiful. Okay, so it's guaranteed AV. Super AV. They Aura Sphere on me, which is fine. I mean, it's not fine. It's tolerable. And they go for Snarl. Which is smart. Okay. Think I'm a Terra plus low kick. And I'm a Mudshot Raikou. Light Screen. Aura Sphere. Because I want to make sure my Bisharp's faster. The big thing is I want damage on Incineroar, which I'm positive, I know is AV. Right? So I just want a chip. Let's see if Incineroar ends up Terraing here. But even if it does, it doesn't do much to me because I'm Terra Fire now. Raikou won't do much to me either. And the big thing is, again, just slowing down the Raikou. Take a nice little Terra Fire off. We don't see a Terra from that side. We get a nice little Mudshot off. Okay. We lower that Mon speed. So I think Bisharp should go first. Yep. We get a beautiful low kick off. We almost KO Incineroar, which is amazing. That goes for Thunderbolt. Great play. And it goes for knockoff. Amazing play. Phenomenal play. However, now I believe I can just go for Throat Chop into the Raikou. And Mudshot into the Incineroar. So, I mean, again, getting rid of a Incineroar is what I want to do because Slowbro goes stupid with Quick Draw. And this is the only Mon that can kind of annoy it. Nice. We land another one, so Incineroar goes down. Beautiful. And then that's Throat Chop. I think Throat Chop would pick up the KO. And I got my Grenade, so my special attack is back. Lovely. We don't KO Raikou, which is big. They end up going for Scary Face. Aura Sphere, T-Bolt. Scary Face. That's fair. I think I protect here. And go Rillaboom. Protect lets me, just in case they want to protect with Primarina and do anything with that. I think having Spectre again in the back with Incineroar being gone is nice, as long as they don't have Chestnut in the back. So Primarina we know is Terra Steel. Rillaboom gives me Grassy Terrain Heals. It also gives Raikou Grassy Terrain Heals too. Let's see if we see that Terra Steel. There's my Grassy Seed. We shouldn't die in one hit here. Even Specs. Yeah, we get a nice little protect. No Terra. No Terra. No Terra. Does it happen at the beginning of the turn, end of the turn? I don't know. I don't play this game. There's T-Bolt. Nice. And there's Calm Mind. Okay. Okay, so the big thing is we want to be careful here. I think we always Throat Chop Primarina. So I can't go for Hyper Voice. How much speed do I have on this homie? And I'm just going to Grassy Glide into Raikou. I assume it's going to be Terra from the Primarina, but if it's like, if it's Hyper Voice that comes out or, yeah, it's Protect. Okay, CM Protect. CM plus Protect. We KO Raikou there. I always have Protect as well back. And if they have Thwacky too, my Bisharp is slowly but surely getting its recovery, which is really big too. I gotta be careful around this guy though. It is Ogerpon in the back. Ooh, okay. I think I Throat Chop you. Because they gotta fear they gotta fear Grassy Glide, right? I think I just double attack into Primo, because if they follow me, they're gonna go into Ogerpon, right? They got double attack into Primo. And I'm doing this because this might have been a bad play, but I feel like they should Terra that one because of what's in front of you. I don't even know if my Bisharp lives any attack. I'm not gonna lie. Is it Primo that gets Terra'd? Or is it Ogre? It is Primo. Okay, so I mean I got the double attack right. But I also think Throat Chop plus Body Press might KO Ogerpon if they follow me. They do Ivy Cudgel, which I'll live. I'm max defense, max HP. Yep. Okay. So we get a huge Throat Chop off on Primarina. And we get a Body Press off on Primarina and we knock it out. Beautiful. Okay. So it's just Ogerpon now versus the world. It is just Ogerpon. And Bisharp looks kind of nice right now. Bisharp looks kind of nice. They've given up Terra. I'm going to Throat Chop. Plus Body Press. I think with enough grass terrain almost being done, there's not enough turns for Ogerpon to 6-0 because I don't think it can kill both. It definitely can't kill Slowbro. Also, you guys are asking for post-com video, interviews. I usually only do that for main channel. I guess I could hit it up if he's down. After. Yeah, this Throat Chop. Ooh, Bisharp went stupid. Especially I went stupid too. That much shot was important. All right, we do 1,000,000,000% to you. Get my little recovery off. I'm bringing out my best friend. I'm trying to end it with a quick draw. Let's go, Cam. Nothing to think about. Just get the quick draw. 30%. 30%. Let me flip a coin. Heads, tails, quick draw. All three sides. This ain't gonna do nothing to me. Did a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Hold up, I lied. He just wants to show off his strongest move. All right, and Bisharp went stupid. Let's go, Vaughn. All right, so we end up winning 2-0 versus Lorcy. So we get our run back, which is really nice. Big shout out to Festby for all the help. Shout out to Festby. I'll hit up Lorcy if he's down for a little post-game interview. I'm not 100% sure I'm doing this in the season just because I kind of just want to focus on the gameplay. But I mean, Lorcy's a cool guy. Frieza's a cool guy too. Everybody in this tour is a cool guy. So maybe I should. But y'all let me know. I'll hit up Lorcy if he's down. Thank you for watching. We win 2-0. I'll see you in the next one if I don't end up doing the post game. Peace. I'm here. My boy Lorcy. As I told y'all, one of the first people I probably ever met in VGC, ever, at the New York Regional. It was Brooklyn, right? It was Brooklyn.
Yeah, it was King's Games, I believe.
Yeah.
King's
Games.
Like 10 years ago, right?
Dude, yeah. Like, more maybe. Dude, legit more. I think.
Crazy.
I'm pretty sure I went during X and Y.
Then it had to have
12 years ago, bro. I think it was 12. Because I think I went in 2014. Because I went to a couple PCs during the 2014 season.
Okay. So yeah, the PAM.
Yeah.
Over time.
Yeah, we're old. Was that you who made the tweet about the the
Oh,
30 and
meaning the
over league.
seniors division? Yeah, we need
Yo,
the 30
I,
and over league.
I kept writing something, but I was like, I don't feel like pressing send. Not because I don't care, but it just says I was like, I can't be asked. But I was like, no, I want to be 64 and I want to beat the 18-year-old that or the 60-year-old that just got in there, and I'd be like, still got it. Like,
I'm just trying to get my regional win and then run from the game. That's it.
hey man, you took second, but everybody thinks you're the winner. So, you want to talk about a little bit about the squad and
Yeah, break it down a little bit. So basically, the team that I used, very fake out heavy, a very priority heavy kind of style of team with different type of setup mons. So going into just looking at your team, I knew number one, Slowbro and Bisharp were going to be one of the pains of my team because like I have like triple grass.
yeah,
And then in order for me to intimidate things on your team, I have to deal with Bisharp. So I just decided that I wanted to try to go with some setup, some form of setup, whether it be with Chestnut or whether it be with Primarina. So I know game one, the approach was definitely Raikou, set up screens, and then try to slow the game out from there. Obviously didn't go as planned. I think that your prep was definitely really good. Once I saw Terra Ghost Bear, it's a mind game, right? It's a mind game, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know that I know that you have Terra Ghost,
Yeah.
but also it's pretty safe for you to kind of confirm a play turn one always with that. So like that's just like a rookie mistake on my end. I should have done more than that, but there was not really much that I could do besides
like the
fake
T-ball
out.
on Talonflame or like taking out Talonflame because Talonflame ended up being Covert Cloak, right?
Yes, yeah. So like maybe I honestly probably should have just targeted on the Talonflame, but I really wanted to prioritize getting up a screen and having that buff and the special defense side to deal with Slowbro and or Spectre, whatever you had in the back.
No,
so that's what. Yeah. So that's that's how the cookie crumbled. I mean, like game one, I wasn't able to get my BD Chestnut off and kind of just destroy you with
Grassy
I know
Glass.
Tam, with Grassy Glass. So my whole game plan was to try to bulk my way out and win, and or Grassy Glass my way through your team with BD. But Talon and Bloodmoon are very oppressive Pokemon, so it's very hard to do that. I would have to take out one or the other, or try to mitigate as much damage as possible. And even through screens, like Blood Moon is a crazy Pokemon. Like I EV'd my Raikou. If you check my Raikou's, yeah, it's crazy. Like if you check my Raikou's EVs, like I'm EV'd to like basically live at least one Earth Power through screens, and
makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
dude.
Yeah, it was just a tough.
This guy is nasty. When he took that little, I was like, what the hell is this AV? And then obviously you went for the light screen there. I was debating, do I just Earth Power turn? I was like, that's stupid. I have Blood Moon. There's no such thing. There's no, first of all, there's no resist, right, on your team, period. There's no resist on your team, period. Besides Terra Steel Primarina, which I have obviously Earth Power for. Versus your team, shout out to Fespi, I was working with him. But the idea was that, like, we were talking about leaving Ursaluna at home. I was like, no, you have to bring Ursaluna because it's just broken next to, like, either this, but also we were thinking about some fun stuff like Gravity plus Follow Me Clefable, so I could so I could Earth Power all the Terra Flies, and I could Earth Power Bronzong and everything like that if you ended up bringing it. And then the Bisharp, which I really liked in this game, right? Like we got rid of Sucker Punch because you're like, there's no point. I'm either going to be faster than your Mons or Trick Room's going to be up, and the slower Mons are going to be faster than me anyway. And then all of them don't take much from Sucker Punch, like Chestnut, Rhyperior, etc., etc. So we just went 3 attack protect. And the idea was just like try to just wear you down as much as possible. This was probably one of the better. Obviously, game one you saw.
Well, that was the MVP. I think that Rillaboom was the MVP, in my opinion, of the team. Besides, obviously, Blood Moon. I just didn't have enough resources to get through that, and it covers for everything, right? So like my Primarina is Terra Steel to obviously deal with like Blood Moon Hyper Voice things, and you do have Earth Power, but I do also have Calm Mind, so I could kind of like play some mind games to get my way through that. But like your Rillaboom just covers all of that, and Primarina has like probably one of the worst defenses, so just having that body press, and I'm pretty sure you're Impish, right?
Yeah, I'm max.
Yeah,
literally max.
So that's disgusting.
Yeah, because the idea was just to pressure Incin, because even in game 2, I'm like, okay, I kill Incin, and then nothing beats Slowbro. in regular
Yeah.
form, and nothing beats Rillaboom in regular form, right? Because like even, and I mean like obviously Ogerpon could threaten it with a crit, but it was more so the fact that like you don't have intimidate pressure anymore. You don't have knockoff pressure anymore, and Rillaboom obviously doesn't care about knockoff because of the Grassy Seed plus that. And it turns out you didn't have a fire move, of course, so it also ended up being even more annoying for the set. But that was kind of
I
like,
decided to. Sorry to cut you off.
No,
I
no,
decided
go.
to drop a fire move because I'm like I have Overcome Fire, and like the last turn, the game 2, the second to last turn, I should have Terrified and cudgeled the Rillaboom, and I was thinking about it, and then like the timer went down. I was like, I just clicked whatever. I was like, maybe I could just crit this Rillaboom and see if I knock out. But I don't even think I KO through crit. But that being said, like no, your prep was like really really good. I wonder how the game would have been if I get the double knockout that turn, because I'm pretty sure +1 cudgel KOs Rillaboom at full.
it'd be close, right? Because you left me at 85 HP, but you'd be +1. So
Yeah.
I would have to look at it. In most, like I could just run the calc right here. What am I even saying? I got the calc right in front of me.
Because you would have talent. What would be your back? I don't know. You don't have to tell me the last.
No, well, yeah, I'm about to tell you, dude. There's nothing. It was slow. It was Slowbro. It was Slowbro.
Okay.
Plus Spectre. It was Spectre. So as long as I got the damage off of it with throat, I'll be okay. Because I did have throat chop for that. Spectre could have like mudshot it, but it's still, I think it would have been way more in your favor. What is this? Ogerpon Hearth? Ogerpon.
Yeah.
Whoops. I hate spelling this mon's name, man. Was it low? It was Adamant, 236 attack.
Yeah, I'm at 36.
Adamant. You probably super kill me, bro, because you're like your +1 and you get the Terrifier boost.
Yeah.
It has to super kill me. 236. I was just like playing for the. Let me just predict because I don't have.
Even think it's still tough though, right? Because I still have to deal with Slowbro and Spectre. Like,
Yeah, you have to deal with Slowbro, and you have to pray that Slowbro doesn't get the proc. Like we had regen at first, and I was like, why? I'm not switching.
Yeah.
Like, give me. I want to use this ability the whole season. There's no reason not to. It's just.
Yeah, it's broken.
It's broken. Like it gives.
Yeah.
First off, this mon's really good into your trick room mode, but secondly, like it gives me an out. Like, yeah, I'll be like, okay, well, Slowbro can tank a hit from Raikou. Raikou's at like 20%, so I'll kill it after. Oh, Slowbro doesn't even have to tank the hit from Raikou now. Now Slowbro just decided to outspeed it that turn, so it was just a lot there. I love this combo, by the way. I think this is super sweet. Like it's just a sick combo. I love it.
I think you know what the problem with me is. I'm thinking so like VGC. Like I'm so used to just playing doubles. I mean, just a standard like balanced core that like this is what I drafted, right? But it's also like very obvious like what certain Pokemon want to do on my team, or maybe that's how I'm just perceiving it, because it's just, I don't know. This is like, for me, I'm a terrible team builder, so this is a good exercise for me to get better.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it with no help. I'm like, nobody's helping me prep my into teams. I'm just like actively doing this by myself.
Yeah.
So like, this is like the best, I guess, help for me to grow as a player.
As a player, it's gonna help you in the regular game too. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, it just shows me like, damn, I have a lot to work on when it comes to the team building aspect.
You have a lot of good Pokemon though that can naturally get away with running minimal, like Instant, for instance, can run defensive, and you could probably get away with that the whole season though, like most likely just because you do that. And then you have Ogerpon, which will literally run probably this the whole season. Maybe you toss in a Grassy Glide, maybe you toss in a Play Rough or a Counter or an Encore, depending on what people have. But I think you do have a lot of Mons that are kind of like, okay, you can do something crazy, or you can just like Primitive can be Specs or Life Orb and Dazzling Gleam and just click buttons or the Feather, whatever the hell it's called. And all those items. I actually, when I saw all your starters, I was like, oh my god, I'm about to get the Swamp, the Rainbow, whatever the hell else that does. And I'm like, I'm not looking up what that does. I'm gonna experience it like as it happens. But because you could do the what's it called, the pledges as well.
Yeah, the pledges. Yeah.
Which I think
I didn't think I didn't think about it with you have talent for him. It kind of just defeats the purpose of just like, I don't want to burn Terra turn 1 just to get off pledges and not potentially even do anything with it. So I don't know. Yeah, you're cracked.
No. This is the help of Fesby, and I'm learning it as I play. Like so I usually do a lot of mocks for drafts, but in the past few I've just kind of been playing because I think for VGC specifically, The biggest thing for me to figure out is just what 4 Pokemon to bring. After that, I know I can play Pokemon, so I just have to play Pokemon. But the hardest part for me is always what Pokemon I can bring, right? When I play Doubles OU, which has 6 Pokemon, like obviously there's some situations where if I lead poorly, I could lose to Pokemon like Weakness Policy DNC next to Volcanion, just to give an example from like a couple generations ago. But for the most part, you can recover because you have 6 Pokemon. And this is a little bit harder, right? Like if you bring the wrong Mons or you bring the wrong leads or have the wrong Pokemon in the back, it's a little bit tougher every single time. So like in the second game, I was really struggling with, do I do the same thing as last time? Or do I go for my Spectre lead, even though it's not really that good into a lot of the Pokemon, but it has a speed control for with Mudshot that I really, really like next to Bisharp. So that was like the thought process behind it. So kind of wung it, in that one, it ended up helping me win, obviously, but this probably should have been leftovers, but I didn't have leftovers in my box.
Yeah, I figure out the item for that, but for the most part, I think I knew Slowbro was like Slowbro just destroys my team. Like I'm just like, wow. I was asking a friend like for his opinion, like what would you think? He was like, Slowbro is like super annoying. You need to find a way to deal with that. And I'm just like, okay, yeah. If I could get a Slowbro and Raikou on the field at the same time, you know, I could Thunderbolt it, but like you have AB. It's a lot. Like it's a lot.
But it comes with playing, which is the whole thing about this, right? Obviously, we have 3 more weeks, and then whoever goes from there goes on and goes forward. But it's definitely you'll learn your team as you play when it comes to draft. That's the big thing. Like if you left from this and you'd be like, okay, well, next time maybe this move will help me on this Pokemon, like I can take that to an account in the next one. Like things like that will help. I think the big thing is again, for VGC, for me specifically, the big VGC draft is like pre-planning what Pokemon I like to lead with and realizing what they can do. Like I have a thing right here that says Spectre plus Bisharp is a lead, but also Talonflame plus Ursaluna is a really good lead. And if I feel bad versus Trick Room / Primarina, I put Slowbro Rillaboom in the back, and that's kind of like what I set there. And I also wrote like if they lead Ogerpon next to. If they lead Ogerpon into my Spectre Bisharp, I Terrafire plus substitute with Spectre, and if they lead Bronzong, I Taunt. It's just like little things like that, just to like help going into it, just a little bit of pre-planning. But it's either I do that or I do a bunch of mocks, and I'm not really trying to mock this late into Scarlet.
I think pre-planning is that's good. I tried to pre-plan. I got your leads correct game one. Like I knew that was one of your potential leads, but I think I just. I flawed it. I should have just let into with my chest. I did it game 2, but obviously didn't.
Not fair, you.
Bishop. So it happens, but I'm happy to play you. You know, we've been playing with each other for over like, I guess like
long time, my friend. Long time. Oh man, I'm glad you figured out how to put your video on public too. I was like,
dude, it's been over a year since I uploaded a YouTube video. You know, I'm getting back into the swing of things, man.
You were in the chat. What do you mean? I uploaded last week. It's like, bro, it's been several months. No, but no, definitely. I look forward, obviously, to hopefully seeing each other again as well. Obviously, Milwaukee, the one I went to, saying it was awesome, as well, and just like hopefully going forward, we see everybody again. That'd be nice.
Yeah, the gang got to meet up again. But man, you killed it at one of the events. It was Milwaukee, right?
I mean, it was the first Milwaukee. It was a lot of luck, man. It was just.
Nah, don't do that, man. You got skill. Don't
a lot of
I think all BGC, like everything about BGC is there's definitely luck within a run, but skill definitely outweighs it for sure. Like it's okay.
I mean, based on the people who are winning a lot, it makes sense that like I do actually like the open team sheet concept of it, because before this, the regionals and stuff I went to like 8+ years ago, I would always, in every game, I'd lose game 1, but I'd come back game 2 and 3 because I had enough information. But that was just me like not knowing anything about anything and jumping into a midway season. The metagame where I had like Mimic Qlax and like Alolan Persian, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sun and Moon.
Yeah, that was what a time. But it's kind of crazy, like, just not to get off tangent, but it's kind of crazy, like the same players that are pretty much were good back then are like still like obviously like really, really good now, right?
Yeah, I think if you put time in, bro, I really think that open team sheet helps the newer players and it helps the good players. That's just it, because you're not catching me off guard in a best of 1 or best of 3 scenario, because I know what you Pokemon could do. Now, granted, I might forget what they could do. Like in Milwaukee, for instance, I was reading. All I did was read that team sheet when I was up there. I was reading in French though. I was getting distracted by the team sheet. I'm not gonna lie. I was because it had all the different languages. So I was like, I was saying it in my head like earthquake and like, oh, this is how you say it in this language. And like while I was playing, which is probably not the best thing to do.
And you're drawing people at the same time. Wow.
Well, there's no pressure for me, right? I'm just having a good time.
True.
There's pressure for everybody else trying to get into Worlds. I think that's the big thing, like when it came to that. But like, I was like, oh, earthquake, and they're like, wait, no, they have earthquake that hits both my Pokemon. But yeah, it's just it's just Mons. At the end of the day, Mons is Mons, and if you work hard, you can do it. If you play a game enough, you can do it. And I think the same thing with comes to draft, right? Like, I think your team is good. I think your team can do it. I'm excited to see how the rest of the season goes.
Yeah, I got a long way to go, but I appreciate it. Thanks so much, just for having me on to explain to people, because I know everybody's like, yo, this kid cannot play with this team. And I'm just like, it's a little bit harder. It's so hard to play in a draft league when you're playing against some of the best Pokemon players in the world. Like, it's not that easy. So,
bro, VGC draft is also just a whole different, it's different, man. It's different than regular draft. It's different than regular VGC as well. Like, it's so different. I think that you can get away with so much. And I think you'll be able to see it. Like, you try and look away from the standard what you run in draft and look at like you might run in VGC and look at like, oh well, bulk up Incineroar, oh well, SD Incineroar, oh well, like just little things like that. And granted, that might not be the case. This might be a bad example. This guy can probably get away with the same moveset every week plus Flare Blitz somewhere thrown in there.
No, but I need to open my mind. I get it 100%. Like, there's ways, like I'm so used to using moves that are legal within a format, so like I'm obviously gonna gravitate to the moves that would be like BGC legal or whatever game is out, whatever moves are in the game. I'm gonna just look at those moves and not look at like obviously like other moves or whatever. But I just need to open my mind and just look at different stuff. I'm not playing the same teams over and over again.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
You're playing the same teams over and over again. Wow, if I'm playing your team, it's a whole different team.
Exactly. You only got to be prepped for me. You don't got to be prepped for everybody. Hope you have general game plans into everything. Exactly. That's the big thing about draft.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, check out Lorcy, please. Channel will be down below. Hopefully, we'll meet up at some VGC event this year that I end up going to. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.